earthquake! It's a earthquake! Earthquake!
Okay, welcome to the Ska History Hour with your host, Daryl Rubio, wherein the purpose of this channel is to spread awareness of ska music and its subgenres to the world. Our guests today are members of Girth Control from Albany, New York.
That's right, Albany.
Gentlemen, I appreciate the time that you're taking to speak with us, to share your stories and your music with the ska community. Can you each tell us a little bit about yourself, your role in the band, including where you grew up and where you live now?
Sure, yeah. My name's Mark, and I play drums and sing lead vocals in Girth Control. Um, I started playing with Jay in a different band called the Slaughterhouse Chorus when I was 21, or I think I was 20 still when I found Jay on Craigslist. And yeah, we've been playing music together ever since. So soon it'll be like 20 years, Jay, which is crazy, man.
Yeah.
But yeah. So yeah, I play the drums. I've played in a few bands. Most of them are with Jay. Some of them were with Bob. And yeah, I've always lived in the capital region of New York. I grew up out in a place called Dwaynesburg. It was kind of like out in the middle of nowhere, so I had to go on Craigslist to find people to play music with. So I'm really happy that, I found lifelong friends and all sorts of good times off of going on Craigslist and just being kind of a loner. So it worked out pretty well for me. So
Right
yeah,
on.
Mark, drums, vocals.
Yep, my name's Bob. I play bass and I also sing lead vocals. Um, yeah, born and raised in Albany. Grew up in the ska punk scene here, going to some of the old venues. I think my first shows were like Catch 22 and an old place called Valentine's here. I could name 100 different bands. But that's where I met Jay. Ended up playing bass with him in an old ska punk band called Public Access. We had some regional success back in the day in the around 2006, 2008 era.
Fully 20 years ago.
Yeah. Life happened. I went to college in the city, yada yada. They played in a different band. I came back. A bunch of stuff happened, and we ended up creating Girth Control. But that's that's a whole story. But yeah, I've been playing with Jay for like 20 years now. So yeah, it's been great.
Yeah, awesome.
So I'm Jay, guitar, lead vocals for Girth Control. Grew up again in the capital region of Albany, New York, a small town called Ravenna, about 20 minutes south. So if you don't know, Albany's the capital of New York State.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Most important city in the state
the
by
most
far.
important city in the state, except for Buffalo, because Buffalo has the Buffalo Bills.
True.
But yeah, grew up going to shows again at the place Bob mentioned, Valentine's. My first show, also Catch 22 played a lot in the Albany area. They're from New Jersey, so I feel like they got here pretty frequently. So grew up from the time I was like 13 or 14. My folks would drop me off at the club in like not the best neighborhood, and we'd go see sweet bands and have a blast with our friends. We're still having a blast with our friends. Started my first band at like 14. Bob eventually joined that band. That was Public Access, and I've just been kind of doing this ever since, and I'll never stop. It's the best.
That's great, man. That's great. Well, welcome, guys. Appreciate that. So, in my research, I see your band started in 2014. Can you please tell us about the formation of the band, how it all came about?
Yeah, for sure, man. We so like I said, we played in a band. We had after Public Access, these guys decided that they wanted to play a style of music that wasn't ska adjacent for some reason. I don't know why. But we played it was kind of like a country punk band. It was a weird band and it was really cool. And it was called the Slaughterhouse Chorus. And it was after our bass player left and we got Bob in that band. It was the three of us and our lead singer and guitar player, Chris. Chris bought a business, and he was just really busy. Uh, he was kind of on the verge of like freaking out and quitting music altogether. And we had a show coming up in my basement at the house I used to live at called the Shred Shack. And it was like, we were like, dude, you don't have to freak out. You don't have to quit music. Just chill. We understand. You just bought a business. Like, it's all good. The three of us, we had 3 weeks till the show. And we said, the three of us will just start a band. And since none of us can sing, we'll all sing. And we'll do what comes naturally to us, which is playing ska punk. And we're going to learn 3 covers and write 3 songs in 3 weeks. And we're going to play this one show in 2014. And and then that'll be it. We just because our friends were coming to town, our friends Bridge Under Fire from Syracuse were coming to town, and we didn't want to cancel the show. So that's what we did. We had 3 weeks. We wrote 3 songs. We learned 3 covers, which were Yelling in My Ear, Last One Out of Liberty City, and Islands. And yeah, I said that assuming that anybody who listens to this will just know who those songs are by. They probably will. And yeah, man, we fucking really had fun. Like it was a blast. And then we said, well, maybe we can write more songs and play more shows. And then we had our first goal was like, all right, we played one show. Let's play enough. Let's play enough shows that we can afford at Spencer's. They have a 6-person beer bong called the Bongzilla. So we were like, let's make enough money that we can buy a Bongzilla. And we achieved that goal within like 1 or 2 shows.
Very quickly. Yes.
And so that's just been how the band has gone for the past 12 years is we just keep figuring out something stupid that we can buy if we just keep playing in the band. And we keep going. Can we still keep writing Girth Control songs? And then we just keep. We never run out of material. We're just being ourselves. It's honestly very freeing. It's been a blast, man. It's the best. It's seriously the best. I feel like literally all the time we just turn to each other and are like, dude, being in Girth Control is like the best. It's so fun. Yeah.
Is that bong like a stage prop you use?
It's more ceremonial than anything. We used to just actually drink beer out of it, like all the time. We would have shows in my basement. Was like kind of, and we would just basically throw kegers like every couple of months, and just be ripping beer bongs and get a couple of 24 cup pizzas and just have our friends over and just have a fucking blast. Yeah. And but the beer bong has gotten pretty gross over the years. So
yeah.
I'm
not drinking out of that thing again.
Bob has a kid on the way and shit. He can't be risking his life like that.
Yeah.
I want to introduce new diseases into the.
I think the hantavirus is in that thing, dude.
That's the ground zero where it came from.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. And then you guys seem to all get along over all these years.
Yeah.
So far.
Yeah, so far so good, man.
Yeah. That's good. Nothing at each other's throats yet.
No,
it's tough when your band is Girth Control. It's like take anything too seriously or to like really have arguments.
Yeah.
No, I feel like we set the bar so low for ourselves that I would say the past 12 years has felt like a bonus. It's like,
yeah,
it's like, it's
everything
just
after the first show. It's just all been a bonus.
Yeah. It's all been a giant, beer filled cherry on top of
yeah. We never knew anyone was going to like this. So
yeah, it's been, I feel like it's always it's a consistently like a pleasant surprise when we play, like get put on a cool show or play a cool festival or like anybody likes our band. It's like, we like it. We still crack up at the fucking jokes we were making, when we were 25 or whatever. So it's like, maybe we're dumb, but I don't know. We still crack up like at the same shit. We've played these songs like 10,000 times, and I still try and make Bob laugh like every single practice.
Yeah.
But I think that's part of it too. It's just like we come to practice, we make sure we do it every week. We have fun, but like having fun is like part of what we're practicing. It's like we're
Mhm.
always making sure that we're like still in touch with the whole purpose of the band, which is to feel joy and spread joy. That's like, no,
Spread the girth.
exactly.
Yep.
That's it, man. You can't contain it.
Can't contain the girth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can't contain it.
Right.
Now, we go over the releases here. Anything that has 4 songs or more. What we know about is Life's Too Short for Girth Control, released in 2024. Also, let me know if I get anything wrong. What got you stoked in the first place in 2015? And most recently, what I learned about from you guys, Shorter, Faster, Dumber in 2017.
Yes.
Yep.
Gentlemen, can you please describe your band's sound?
Uh, so I mean, I think it kind of came out of maybe a mishmash of those first 3 covers that we did. Um, so I think originally we kind of had it in our minds it was like Op Ivy, Suicide Machines, Less Than Jake, even though we don't have a horn section. But um, I think it was just kind of we went in with the mindset of let's write some songs like we're 15 years old again. So all those bands that we saw at that place Valentine's that we mentioned, like Catch 22 to AFI to Leftover Crack to anything we had, inspiration from like the ska punk genre, we just kind of like I feel like we take it all in. And I mean we do the best we can with just 3 guys.
Mhm.
Sound guys love us,
Yeah.
especially
Definitely.
at ska festivals.
Sound guys love us until they ask who sings lead vocals, and then we go, all
Oh,
3 of us sing lead vocals, and they go, ugh, fuck. And then I try and go, but we don't have any horns. But by then they're already mad.
Yeah, exactly. Now,
But
I,
yeah,
I used to book a band back in the '90s that you guys reminded me of, that you still remind me of. They're called the Sorted Jelly Beans. You ever heard of
Yeah.
those
we get
guys?
that a good.
Yeah,
Yep.
we've heard that. It's funny, like that was a band that I heard growing up on comps. I always really liked them, but I never dug into them at all
Yeah.
until after people saying Girth Control reminded them of Assorted Jelly Beans, and I went back and great band,
Yeah,
really great band.
yeah, I
I
feel the
got to see
same
them
way.
10 years ago. They were awesome.
Yeah, I remember always seeing them on the kung fu comps and all that stuff, and yeah, it's just a coincidence. We're not
Yeah,
directly
it's
influenced
coincidence,
by
yeah.
assorted jelly beans, but we get that a good amount, which
And
is
it's
cool.
a lovely compliment.
Yeah, yeah, I'll
Really
definitely
nice thing
take it
to
because
hear.
they are kick ass. Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, they're going to be playing a few shows. I think they won on Jess's Skagazine.
Yep.
Wiley did the other day and announced some shows.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
yeah, that was
Suicide
cool. Yeah.
in Arizona.
If they come through, definitely check them out or you play with them. Actually,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be fucking
yeah.
great.
Killer. Yeah.
that would be sick.
Put in a good
Now,
word.
now, the big topic that we want to know about is how did the name of the band come about and what does it mean?
So when we were it's people always think that there's more to it than there really is. It's and maybe I should let people think there's really it's really just as dumb as it could possibly be. It's just we were trying to come up with names for the Slaughterhouse Chorus, which was a serious band, and that was in 2009. So, but the I had driven past a billboard that was like birth control with a 1-800 number on it, and I just thought girth control, and I was like, that's funny. And then I went to practice and I said, listen, guys, I only have one band name and it doesn't fit this band at all. And it's Girth Control. And they were like, haha, that's dumb. That doesn't fit this band at all. And I said, cool, I'll put it in my back pocket. One day I'm going to need it. And then when we needed when we needed a name for a dumb band, it was like, should we call it Girth Control? We don't have much time to decide. So sure. But yeah, I mean, it's I think that people attribute a lot of maybe it's a dick joke, maybe it's really nothing. It's
Yeah.
really just
It's
that it's funny to say, and the word girth is funny, and it just popped into my head, and it's not explicitly anything, but I think that it's really fun to say. We say it all the time. I mean, we yell it at the beginning of the sets usually. We reference it in the songs. We like saying girth. We like to come up with ways to put girth into like Girth Crisis or Last Man on Girth or whatever. Oh, heaven is a place on Girth. We have to,
Yeah.
you know, and Control is good because it kind of like rhymes with rock and roll. So you can say like any song that would say rock and roll is like you can put it in Girth Control, so it works out really well. Like I know it's only Girth Control, but I like it, shit like that. So it worked out really well.
yeah.
But it's not. There is no meaning. There is no.
Yeah, I think people automatically assume that we like somehow like have raunchy like songs, and because they think it's a dick joke, but like we don't have any like toilet humor or anything like that.
Yeah,
So it's like
people come to us and be like, "I got the best idea for a Girth Control song. It's like rock hard dick, and I'm taking a shit." And it's like that's like literally nothing we would ever do. Like, but I'm like, okay, cool, man. Like,
Yeah,
but it's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
no, it's like no, we're not doing that. So if it to anybody listening to this, I know that band is called Girth Control. It's not like that, man. It's just not. It's just stupid. It's just stupid stuff.
But it's a good stupid because it gets people thinking. Because I could think of a lot of things that it could be. So if it's just me, then lots of other
Of course,
people
it's
can.
very yes. Yeah.
yeah.
I feel like it's taken on some meaning over the years, you know what I mean? But yeah, that's it. That's the formation of the name. We needed a name, we needed it fast, we needed to make sure that people knew that we weren't serious because none of us could sing, and we had to make sure that we had this layer of comedy between us and the audience so that no one
Took
so
us
people
seriously.
so no one took us seriously so that we wouldn't feel bad when we sucked. So I think that's really like I was like, okay, like Girth Control. So everyone knows, like, we don't think that we're good. Don't worry. You're allowed to have fun. We don't.
Good to set a low bar.
Yeah, exactly. It's all about setting a low bar. I think that's
Yeah.
really, yeah. Yeah.
Were there any other names considered?
Nope.
We
No.
didn't have time. Yeah, we were like 3 weeks out, and
Never once, dude. Never.
yeah.
No other name came to.
And the first song was called Girth.
And the first song was called Girth Control. That was it.
We're in it, yeah.
That was it,
From the
man.
start.
That's great.
And
Good
like we
choice.
said, we literally thought we were gonna show. So
Yeah. Well, that's good. It's a good story,
we
man.
would be stuck with it.
I like the name. I think it's great. So
I love it.
Yeah.
We love it. We were all about it.
Yeah, totally. Now, let's talk about touring. We'll talk about the fests that you're going to play and that you've played, but how often and how far have you gone from Albany?
I think the furthest in various directions we've made it out. We're pretty regional, but I think we've achieved post-regional ska punk band status recently.
Yes.
We've been across the border to Canada, so we got up to Montreal and Ottawa last year, which was really cool. Thanks to some friends of ours called Among Legends, who have a new song out, and you should check out. We've been as far south as I think DC.
DC,
Yeah, I
yeah.
went to DC last year.
And as far west, we played one show in Cleveland.
We did home of the $4,000
Yeah.
funeral.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The place across it was a place called what was that place called? Now That's Class.
Now That's Class. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool spot. It was like
And there was a funeral home across the street. It said home of the $4,000 funeral, and that was in 2016. So I'd hate to see with inflation and the way things are, I would hate to know how much the funerals cost there now.
You'd have to change the name.
So yeah, all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
So,
like
yeah,
the,
we-
like
we- I think
like
we
the
get,
Dollar Tree has to change their name. I'm sorry.
Exactly.
Yeah, right.
No, I'm sorry. I didn't catch that. I was talking. Say it again.
No, sorry. You're better to go with that. Yeah. So anyway, we get like maybe 3 or 4 days. I think is kind of our max for how far away we can get from Albany. So, we stay relatively in the Northeast. But yeah, we're
It's good.
you know
Yeah,
out where
we're having a really good time um doing what comes naturally to us, and not we've all been in bands where you go on 6 week tour, 8 week tour, do the whole US, try, push yourself to the limit,
Hmm.
you know, drive yourself crazy trying to uh chase a dream that you think you're supposed to chase or something. And I think like where we're at now in the past couple years, when we decided to make Girth Control our only band, because it was all like a side project for a really long time. And then a couple years ago, we said, you know what? We're only doing Girth Control. That's it. And we're only, and like, I feel content. I feel so content being a regional band. I feel so like happy when I see other bands succeeding and going for it. I'm like, hell yeah, like go for it. But I don't feel that like that desire to push myself to like that limit anymore, because I'm just stoked to be playing like a few cool festivals, some cool shows in our hometown, or like get with some bands and do a weekend. And like it's yeah, I think that we've really entered a really satisfying era of our lives, and by extension the band, where it's just like just happy to be playing music and happy to be uh traveling a little bit, and not fucking up our lives to do it,
Yeah.
which is what I used to do, just uproot my life and fuck it up for 6 weeks at a time and make no money and figure it out later. And now it's just like, cool, I get to use my paid time off. And
yeah, pulling on PTO is really a beautiful thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So you guys just were in Pennsylvania at the This Is Not Croydon Fest. How was that whole experience?
The best.
Amazing.
Yeah.
The best. There really isn't
Perfection.
like it's it we were there last year, and we thought it couldn't get better. And then Jeremy asked us to come back this year, and we were really excited. But like going into it, you're like, it's probably not going to be better than last year, dude. Like, it's okay. And then this year was even better than last year. And it's one of the most enthusiastic, supportive, good natured, and just amazing like experiences that I think I could imagine. It's like almost beyond anything I could imagine. There was like literally points that I was like, I almost felt so overwhelmed by like how nice people were, that it like I was like on the verge of tears. I was so happy that like I'm like, these people are so nice and everyone is so cool, and this is such a beautiful thing that I can't believe that this is real. So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah, it's a great community of people. People come in from all over. It's turned into this like, it's turned into one of the bigger East Coast ska fests,
Mhm.
which is awesome. And it's awesome that we're a part of it. We've been a part of it for 2 years now. Um, and we've made a ton of friends. It was, I mean, just from all over the place because of it. So yeah, I mean, everything Mark said, it's just been, it's one of those like, holy shit, I can't believe we're playing this. But
Yeah.
especially this year, because we were two bands ahead of Catch 22, and like Jay and I said, that was like one of the first shows I ever saw.
Yeah.
I grew up watching them, so to be playing with them on the Friday night at this huge packed festival is it's a dream come true, really.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Did you guys spend the weekend there, or just go the day you're playing?
Oh yeah.
yeah, no, yeah, I was hurt. I'm still
I'm
hurt.
still
I think
hurt
that was
about
like
that, yeah.
2 of a
3 full days of
yeah. Against All Authority was playing on Sunday, so that was and I'd never seen them, and hopelessly devoted to you too. was one of my first comps. Changed my whole fucking life, really, listening to that comp.
That was Hopeless
And
Records.
yeah,
Yeah.
My buddy
yeah.
Lewis.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
So many, especially back
Lewis
then. Man.
Posen. I've known that guy for 30 something years.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, no, yeah, same. Like that, I wore that comp out. I played it so much, and
Yeah.
yeah,
He put out Falling Sickness, like one of the only ska punk bands that he did, and that's who I put on the second album that I had. So yeah, so I worked with them.
I was listening to that yesterday. I just found my Discman, and I've been pulling out some of my old CDs, and I just had that Falling Sickness CD playing.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. That's another band that falls into the same kind of genre with you guys.
Yeah, I mean it's pumping through our veins, man. That fucking little rough around the edges ska punk is, that's where we're at, dude. That's what we
What about
more,
have you guys?
like,
Go ahead.
I was just saying, like, we lean more punk than ska. Like sometimes, like when we played, This Is Not Croydon, like sometimes it feels like we stick out like a sore thumb in a way, because a lot of these bands, it's like there's full horn sections and they're like talented and shit and they can sing. But also I think it's kind of helps us stand out a little bit that we're a little on that more punk side. But
Yeah, like you guys, like Omnigon, um, what is it? Boy Detective.
yeah, they were.
Yeah, Boy Detective was
Yeah,
so good.
some of the bands like that, but some of the older bands too, like Citizen Fish, um, which is more punk, the like that, and Subhumans. I guess I don't know if they really play ska, but yeah, definitely bands that you guys are in that type of genre.
Yeah, I think we all grew up really really into Choking Victim, like that.
Yeah.
That's a so I think we're like a less crusty version of that, maybe definitely less extreme,
Yeah.
but that, like, that general mentality and kind of the like all, you know sometimes we like to kind of explore the limits of what the band could be, which I think comes from a lot of those kinds of bands where it's like maybe a song is like comes out of left field a little bit, but that's like if you listen to No Gods, No Managers, there's like 5 songs on there that could be a completely different band.
Yeah.
And that's like something that we're trying to rein in on, like, the next shit, but that's something we really lean into on like the last album because we wanted to. So yeah.
Yeah, right on. Now, coming up July 24th and 25th is the Pioneer Valley Ska Festival that your band is also a part of. I believe this is your second time going to be playing that show. Is that correct?
It's actually our third.
Third.
It's
You've
the
played
third
all three of them.
Yeah.
all 3 of them. Yeah, Eric from 413 Ska is I mean, another person that we just feel so lucky to have on our side and rooting for us. And we've played shows in Western Mass with him for a long time,
Really since
he started doing shows.
I
And
think it's been 5 or 6 years.
yeah, so like, and 3 years ago he decided to start this Pioneer Valley Ska Fest, and he asked us to do it. And I mean, I hope we do it every fucking year. It would be amazing.
Yeah.
But it's a real inspiration to see the drive and determination and the for him to go from just booking some local shows and trying to get some cool bands in, and then to, like, last year and this year upping it to a bigger venue, trying to get some real, bigger, more national kind of like bands that you haven't seen in forever, like Bucko 9 or Thumper, and getting them out here is awesome. It's a great thing to be a part of. Yeah.
Yeah, and we were just talking about This Is Not Croydon Fest, and that's outside of Philadelphia. Like, Philadelphia is a real big city. Western Mass has not had a whole lot going on as of late. So, there's always been great bands out there. We have Power Up in Western Mass, and Sergeant Skag is nearby, and there's a lot of great New England stuff happening. But Eric really kind of like built that out of very little. Like there was not a lot of ska punk happening in that neck of the woods, and yeah, just sort of willed it into being and has like built this awesome thing. And I feel like Pioneer Valley is like a festival that will rival This Is Not Croydon as one of the great, East Coast ska punk festivals. I feel like it's already kind of there. It's just going to get bigger and better every year. Um, yeah, last year was fantastic. We're really excited for number 3.
Yeah, there's a lot of good festivals, and it's not too far from you, right? I mean, Albany is where.
Yeah,
It is
it's about
nice.
an hour from us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, just over. Yeah,
So
things
it's
like that.
almost local. We feel
Yeah.
like adopted Western
Yeah.
Mass boys.
Yeah.
It depends
Yeah.
on how long we spend at the casino. That depends on
Yeah.
how long it takes us to get there.
Yeah. I
So,
believe there's like a week before the Pioneer Valley Ska Fest is Scotchester, I think, right? Which
oh,
is in Rochester, New York.
Manchester,
Yeah.
yeah. That's like twice as far from us.
Yeah.
Is the weird geography of New York State. So yeah, we're much closer to New England than we are to
Yeah.
Western.
Yeah, and I think that fest is only about 5 bands or 6 bands or something.
Yeah,
Yep.
they got the Planet Smashers on that.
Yeah, I mean
Super
that's
cool.
pretty
Yeah,
cool.
great
Yeah.
to see. So yeah, again, Rochester's another place. Like, hasn't been a whole lot going on there recently, so it's cool to see some stuff happening out that way.
Yeah. Yeah, I was trying to get the Goodwin Club on that show, and we almost had them, but then we just didn't get back to them, and they got some other band instead. So because they're going out there anyway. Now, are you guys
Hopefully next year.
familiar? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I was just saying, hopefully next year. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
we'll be on it too.
Yeah. Now, are you guys familiar with past bands in the New York area? Past ska bands?
Probably not as familiar as we should be, but maybe.
Okay. Yeah,
I mean,
I do ask some of the bands if you know your kind of New York ska history. Um, so the bands that I'm aware of, because I go way back, the bands that I used to listen to, Urban Blight. I don't know if you know them. The Boilers. One of my favorite bands that I have actually seen is the New York Citizens. The A
I feel
Kings.
like
I'm familiar with.
I've heard of them.
Yeah. So you've heard the Citizens?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm actually, I think Bob and I were coming up going to shows in like the maybe like tailest end of the late 90s, but mostly like early 2000s. So I feel like we missed a lot of like the real classic stuff. But I did read a fantastic book that everybody should pick up by Mark Wasserman from the Fensick called Ska Boom. And he
Mhm.
talks about, I believe the New York Citizens are in there. It's this like whole awesome book of that kind of like that era of ska sort of right before it blew up into, like your Real Big Fish and Less Than Jake. But he talks a lot about the New York Citizens in that book. And I kind of went
Yeah.
back and dug in some of that stuff that I had missed when it came out because I was a little too young and wasn't up on it at that point. But yeah, like great history of New York ska for sure, especially New York City ska.
Yeah,
We had in
I actually
Albany-
got to interview. Oh, I'm sorry, I keep cutting you off.
I'll give you a couple Albany recommendations from when we were young, that were like the big ska bands when we were kids. Conehead Buddha, who Mark and I played a couple shows
Yeah, I
with.
did. I played with Conehead Buddha.
We filled in for, but Conehead Buddha, they lean into this like jam area, but they are a ska band, I think, at heart. And there was another really cool one called Perfect Thyroid.
Yes.
So if you're looking for,
Yeah,
So New
I
York
think I
ska.
have at least one of their CDs. I know that. Thick as Thieves is another one. And then Second Step. These are all bands that are not around anymore, but were from the New York area. But you still, of course, you got Pilfers, you got Toasters, you got a bunch of those other bands from back in the day that are still playing, which is
I
awesome.
think did Pilfers play the first Pioneer Valley?
Yeah, Pilfer's around the
That's
first
when we
one.
played with them. Yeah, yeah, they were awesome. They played the first Pioneer Valley Ska Fest when it was at the old venue, which was pretty small. It was great.
Yeah. Yeah, I had
Yeah.
oh, I'm sorry. I was just going to say I had a ska fest last year just based on female fronted bands, and Cooley came out and did his ska tins thing, which was pretty cool. And
Yep.
It was like
he stayed at the house that we had, the Airbnb we had too. So it was pretty neat. Got to hang with him for a bit.
Awesome.
yeah,
Nice.
he's a nice guy. He's cool.
Yeah, he is. And I got to interview the New York Citizens also, which was cool. That was one of the bands that I loved. That was actually the first show that I ever went to in 1990. And we used to be the Jimmy Kimmel, or the Jimmy Kimmel Show is what it used to be. It is now, and now it used to be called Hollywood Live. So that's like the first one of the first bands I saw.
Oh wow.
Now, can
Cool.
you guys tell us about the songwriting process? Is it something collaborative? Is it one dude that just brings in and says, "Hey, this is how it's going to be done," or you guys all bring something in together?
Yeah, we were just working on it before we
Yeah.
got on the call, and yeah, it's a little different each thing. I think in general, one of us will kind of have an idea, and then we bring it to the group, and we all really work on everything together. But sometimes it's, we have a few songs that were like literally written collaboratively with the three of us, just all kind of throwing ideas out. And
I feel like when it started, because of the time constraint and the just like how the fuck are we gonna do
Yeah.
this? I feel like when the band first started, it was much more of like we were just we were just standing in the room together, and we were like, okay, what's the next line gonna be?
yeah,
Well, how's this song gonna go? Okay, I think the song is done. Like which was really fun. Which I would love to get back to doing that
yeah, it is fun.
more, but I've also really enjoyed the kind of evolution of the songwriting process, where like, um, Jay's the most like experienced songwriter in the band, so he's the most likely to come in with like he's like, hey, I recorded a demo, and then we'll like listen to it and be like I mean lots of times it's like, wow, this is fucking amazing, and maybe we'll change a few lyrics or whatever, but nothing crazy. And then other times it'll be like, okay, this needs a bridge, or I'm not really feeling the verses, and then we'll kind of work together to come up with stuff. And I feel like and sometimes lately I've been trying to come in with songs too, which has been really fun. But I don't play the guitar, and I'm too lazy to make demos. And learning how to like figure out how to work with that and still be creative and still like bring songs to the guys and go like, so like I'll literally be like, I have a song idea in my head. I don't know what the notes are on the guitar, but I'll go in the other room, record the drums, sing over it, and then try and like kind of guide Jay to like uh do the chords and shit. And it's really interesting how much better that has gotten since like the last album. And it's been really fun. And then we'll like, I feel like we've been really enjoying like the feedback and the collaboration on like lyrics and stuff. What do you like? What do you don't like? Trying not to like take it too personally if someone doesn't like something, and just like always feeling like we're working towards a common goal. However we get there is how we get there. So it's like sometimes it's someone writes a full song, sometimes it's a total collaboration, sometimes you know you have a good chorus but someone doesn't like the verses, so you just go, okay, let's work on it together. It's really been really enjoyable. I'm really looking forward to like all the new songs that we're making, because it's been feeling really positive and really like we understand each other and like trust each other. And if someone isn't into something or is into something, like it just you believe them, and you go, okay, cool, like let's figure it out. Let's figure out how to make the best song we can. So however it happens, but it's yeah, and it's been nice to push it into all these different directions just to see what sticks. It's really freeing.
Yeah, I will say like 90% of the song ideas come from some dumb thing that we say like in the show,
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
something that happened at a show. So we all have our notes apps are like full of just very stupid lines, and then eventually they turn into songs. So
yeah, I would say
that's
that's really the
genesis of it.
collaboration.
Yeah.
That's most of the collaboration is usually like someone says something funny. It's like, oh, that's a good song, or like something, whatever. It could be anything, and then okay, cool, put it in the notes. We'll remember that later, and then we go through. Uh, I wish I could. I wish I could like had a good example. Well, we're working on a song now. Getting too old for this, about like going to a show, but you just feel like maybe your back hurts, or like you know we were trying to come up with funny lines, and we are like, oh, something about taking a preemptive tums, like, like, and The beauty of Girth Control is that like when you don't have to present yourself as anything other than your real self, and you don't have to like be cool, and you don't have to be artistic.
Hmm.
Um, you kind of can just be yourself and just have fun. So it's like if it makes us all laugh, or we all agree like that's heartfelt, that's cool, that's an interesting thing to put out there, then we just go cool, great. We don't
Yeah.
have to overthink it. You know what I mean? Just write some songs. It's great.
That's awesome. Like you said, no expectations and shoot low, right?
Yep.
None of us were ever supposed to be writing songs and singing them. So if we can, any of them we can pull off, we're just happy.
Yep.
Now I'm looking at the background where you guys are. Is this your practice space? Do you also record here?
Yes. So this is my basement. It rules, and I'm very lucky to have this space. So yeah, we're sort of in what is kind of the control room of a little studio we have set up. So in the other room is where we practice, and then we have mics set up on everything. So if we have ideas, we can just record them kind of on the fly. And yeah, we've done the majority of our recording here over the last couple of years. So it's been really awesome, and much easier than having to like go to a studio and have somebody else get involved in somebody else that might know how to sing or write songs better to tell us what we're doing wrong.
Yeah, we can't have that.
So yeah, it's nice
It
to
sounds
have
like a
that.
pretty sick setup.
Yeah, it's been great for us for sure. So yeah, very very lucky to have it.
Yeah, it's the best. It really is. Being able to like put an idea down anywhere from just like getting an idea out and recorded easily because everything's set up all the time to you know taking a putting a little more effort and focus into it and actually like recording the albums here is anywhere in between because it's just always ready to go. Any level of commitment or dedication or whatever you're ready to put into it is and even like because it's always ready to go for like the highest level that we're going to go to more or less. Even like our crappiest demos, it's like so nice to not have it just be like a phone
Mhm.
voice memo. It's just like, okay, cool, turn the mics on and let's rip a crappy demo. It's like, oh, that actually still sounds pretty good. It's nice.
Yeah, you can hear everything.
You can hear
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
everything.
really nice.
Have
Yeah,
you any of you seen the new Michael Jackson movie?
not
I have
yet.
not.
There's a part in it where he's in his room and he's thinking, so, oh, I got some ideas. I got some ideas. He goes down and goes, crosses his driveway into his studio there. Jay, now that you have this set up, is that something that you do when middle of the night you get an idea?
yeah. I won't necessarily like get out of bed if I have an idea, but if it's a really good one, I might. But no, it's just like kind of like one of those dreams you have like as a kid, like kind of getting into music. It's become much more achievable over the years as technology has progressed. But yeah, it's like I couldn't ask for anything more. Like if I have an idea on a Saturday, I can be down here and have it recorded in 20 minutes and be back upstairs and eating lunch. It's awesome. So yeah, very, very it's a very good situation, and I think it's helped us just write so much more,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
records be way more productive as a band. So
It does make
It's
me think though. I only live like 10 minutes away from here. I should
yeah,
probably just come over in the middle of the
you
night.
got a key now.
I do.
Yeah,
I have to feed Jay's cat over the weekend because he's going out. He's going away. So yeah, maybe I'll pop. Maybe I'll record all those demos that I've been too lazy
yeah,
to record.
yeah. Come on over.
Maybe I'll record a whole double album this weekend,
Yeah,
dude. It'll be the Mittens
yeah.
LP, dude. Me and Mittens an album.
Love it.
now is it do you ever invite any other bands to come in and record or practice, or is it strictly for the control room for Girth Control?
Hell
The
no.
Girth
No.
Control room. I used to record bands when it's funny, like before I had this, I used to record bands. And it was a lot of work to like cart stuff around, and I'd go to their spaces and set up. And I figured when we bought the house and I got this set up, I'd bring bands in to do this. And now it's like, well, this is my house. I don't really want people hanging out here. So it's really just been Girth Control. Like we'll bring people in to do like guest stuff, but I haven't really recorded any other bands since I've been set up here. I wouldn't totally rule it out, but they have to be really, really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, a touring band or something that you want to lay down a track and do A side, B side with you guys?
Oh, that's a good
Yeah,
idea.
That's a
yeah,
good
yeah.
idea.
I think we could. I think we could make that happen.
The Girth sessions,
The
yeah.
Girth session. So yeah, if like they're
Yeah, if a sword
just
Charlie
at
Bean,
exchange, looking to do something quick.
yeah, and we own the masters, we own the song, and we get all the royalties.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good deal.
But you get the glory.
Yeah.
So who are your favorite bands to play with? Who do you guys just enjoy and just absolutely like, oh damn, they're on the same show. Let's go.
So many of them are on Pioneer Valley
Yeah.
podcast. Power Up.
Power Up.
Number one.
Power Up is
Our,
number
our
one.
boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, Power Up is
And girl.
yes, that's true. Yeah, yeah, Beck's in the band.
Yeah.
Yeah, Power Up's the best. Power Up is one of those bands that does everything better than every other band. And they're awesome people, and that's got to be number one as far as like when we're playing a show with Power Up.
It's gonna be a good one.
It's gonna be a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think they make us want to play better. And I don't want to take too much credit, but I do think that since we started playing shows with Power Up, they've gotten a little bit funnier with their stage band. So they make us play a little better because they're talented musicians and stuff, and we made them a little funnier. So I think that it's worked out well for both of us. So yeah. But yeah, Power Up's awesome. Sergeant Skag is awesome, who's also on Pioneer Valley. We've played a bunch of shows with them, and they're awesome.
Yeah, my buddy Mike, Mike DiMatteo.
In Power.
Love that guy.
Yeah, Sergeant Skag. Yeah.
Dude, I was at I think it was it last I think it was last year when I was at Supernova. I had the press pass and everything like that, so I was like in between the gates and stuff like that. And so someone in the front hit my phone and it fell down there. Mike jumped down when he was playing on stage, grabbed my phone and handed it back to me.
Oh, that's awesome.
Smooth.
It was pretty funny. Yeah, but he's a great dude. I've interviewed him a couple times on different things, so he's great. But Power Up I have coming up in June too.
Nice.
Oh yeah,
they're
awesome.
Yeah, they're fantastic.
Yeah, I think I have maybe 2/3 of the bands on the fest already.
Yeah. Are you doing Do It With Malice or Pink Slip? Are you interviewing either?
I have Pink Slip coming up too. I think that's actually next week in May.
Oh, good.
Yeah, the
Pink
Select
Slip is
Band. I have the Skluts coming up too. So Many Dangers.
They're awesome too.
They're
We played
great.
a lot of
Yeah,
shows.
they were.
Yeah, I think Pink Slip's in
So
late
Many Dangers
June
is
or something.
they're real.
Yeah, Pink Slip is
Yeah, the
on.
Agonizers are also
Was that?
the Agonizers, but they came through last year and played with us in Albany, and they fucking tore the house down, dude. They kicked so much ass.
Yeah.
It's really been such a treat, dude. Like I can't say enough good things about the ska punk scene in the Northeast right now, and all these bands. Like it's really been so rewarding and such a treat to play with so many really talented bands, and to even get lumped in with all these bands who, in my opinion, are like way better than us. It's like fucking it's awesome, man. And it's really mind blowing. Yeah, there's so many good bands.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
one more quick plug out.
Say that again.
Let me get one more. So let me get one more band plug out, just because they're a band that I did not ever expect to see come back, but they're on Pioneer Valley as well. Scarmy of Darkness was one of my first. It was like my first exposure as a kid, because they were going from the late '90s, so they were in Western Mass. We were kind of just getting started with public access, and Scarmy of Darkness was kind of like Against All Authority. Like they were just punk as fuck. They were like screening all their own merchandise, like making their own T-shirts, making their own patches, like driving everywhere. they were super fast and loud and weird, and just like a true inspiration from the time I was a young ska punk, and it's been really cool to have them back. They play sort of infrequently, but I think they're recording some stuff now. So
Mm.
it's been awesome kind of reconnecting. They're all really nice people as well, and they crush. So looking forward to seeing them again, and can't say enough good things about Scarmy of Darkness as well.
Yeah, I think I picked up one of their CDs at Supernova last year. It was one just in some small little hidden bin that I found it. I think it was them. I'm almost positive. Now, you guys kind of mentioned something about being in other bands in the past. So, um, what former bands have you been in, or are you currently in besides Girth Control?
Yeah, so me and Jay were in a band called Public Access. Um, we did a couple of tours around the full East Coast, down to New Orleans
Mhm.
and Florida and back. That was back when I was 16, 17 years
Yeah.
old. So that was wild. It's crazy my parents even let me go. Um, but that was like we got pretty deep into the ska punk scene that was around the Northeast at that time, which was between 2004, 2008. So we played with the Flaming Tsunamis,
Mm.
who were big
They
in
were
New
awesome. Yeah.
England, who were amazing. The Fad out of Long Island,
Run of it.
Brunavit from
Mm.
Yeah,
yeah.
we're around to
I've seen
fatter
those
than.
guys. They've come here.
Yeah,
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, we
they're
did a
awesome.
lot with Fatter Than Albert, who is the band that kind of has some of the dudes are now in Bad Operation, so we're really excited. We're going to see Bad Operation for the first time
yeah,
in a month or so. So
yeah,
really stoked to see them. But yeah, we go way back with them as well. But yeah, good. So yeah, that's our ska punk past for
yeah.
sure. That
Ska
was.
Punk Pass.
And
Yep.
yeah, Public Access was kind of like by the end a heavier like kind of ska core band, I guess we'll say.
Yeah,
So very like influenced, I think, by like Against All Authority and Choking Victim and
Mm.
yeah.
that Folly, like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Um, and then kind of immediately after that, we broke that band up and found Mark on Craigslist and started a sort. We were starting to get into like different sorts of music, so we were still a punk band, but some of the folks in that band and I started the Slaughterhouse Chorus, which was a country influenced punk band. Uh,
I never
but
thought that we could bring the Slaughterhouse Chorus back, but make it ska and call it the Scotterhouse Chorus.
just
Until right now, I've never
perfect.
thought
Yeah,
we could just
there it is.
call Chris, dude.
Yeah.
Tell him. Let's
You
go.
can, but should you?
Just because you can doesn't. Anyway, sorry. Go on.
Yeah. So that band was around for like 10 years too. So yeah, we did Public Access for like 8 years through my high school and college years, and then Slaughterhouse was kind of like those drunk 20s um, of playing loud country music, and then Girth Control sort of came out of that, and they happened sort of at the same time for a while until Slaughterhouse broke up. Uh, and then we also did sort of a weird project called Timing somewhat recently, like a few years ago, that was an outgrowth of the Slaughterhouse Chorus
Yeah.
with the same singer, super talented guy named Chris. Um,
Yeah. I mean, we played. We also Slaughterhouse Chorus kind of was like almost like the backing band for this. Our friend John, who plays a 6-string banjo and sings like the saddest songs you've ever heard in your life. That's called Henry's Rifle. And I fully stand behind the Henry's Rifle albums. If
oh
anyone
my gosh,
is
yeah,
interested in like uh, folky, bluesy, sad shit, uh, it's kind of uplifting from time to time.
yeah,
For the most part, it's like you'll hear he'll come out with lyrics that are just like that is literally one of the best lyrics I've ever heard in my fucking life. So we started playing shows with John, and then we were like, dude, we have to like be your band basically. So Henry's Rifle was the name of that, and that's that. I'm really proud of those records. If anyone has any sort of interest in, if you're listening to this and you're feeling a little blue, go
You
listen to
need
the
like the
Henry's Rifle
opposite of
album.
ska for a bit.
Yeah.
Like it's a good one.
Yeah, and other than that, played in a bunch of I played in a bunch of bands just with random people, and the thing most of note that I was in other than bands with these guys was a band called Northern Faces that
Mm.
I've played with throughout the years, and we did it was more like it was like kind of a local band that was kind of doing bigger things in like the indie alternative kind of scene, and they needed a drummer at a point, and I was eager to push myself to the limit, and I said fuck it, let's go. So I played with those guys for several years and toured the country with them and played on one of their records and a couple singles that came out a few years ago, and I really had a great time with those guys. But so that band's called Northern Faces if anyone's feeling like putting on some indie rock alternative kind of shit, um which was really, it was really fun. We played like uh did like the smallest font on Riot Fest 2015. Like that was blast.
Yeah.
I got to stand side stage for the Vandals in Denver, and I also we got off stage um on our opening set on like the first day at Riot Fest Denver, and I asked this dude who like was a staff. It was maybe one of the coolest things I ever felt. There was this guy who was like, he like had a golf cart. He like worked for Riot Fest, and I was like, dude, can you get me Less Than Jake's going on right now? Can you get me to the stage right now? And I like just fucking like put my stuff to the side and just got on this golf cart. This dude just like zipped across, and I got to watch Less Than Jake, and it was super fun. So I'm really grateful for my time with those guys. But like we said a couple years ago, we were working on a lot of different projects, and some of them weren't really like coming together, and it was just like starting to become apparent that maybe at this point in our lives, there's only so much time and energy to put towards making music, and maybe the thing that we're supposed to be doing in the truest form of ourselves and making music is girth control. So that's all we do now. It's fucking awesome. It's been so freeing. It was the best decision we ever made to take girth control from being kind of a side project, joke band, whatever you want to call it, to going, nah, I think this is just me. Like, I think this is just actually what we are.
Mhm.
And we don't need to try and do anything else or be in any other kind of band necessarily. Like that stuff could still come, but for now it's just so I couldn't be happier with just being in girth control.
Yeah, and the results were like immediately apparent too. It's kind of wild. I think we decided it was kind of right around the time when the Life's Too Short for Girth Control album came out. We were like, okay, that's hard stop. Like, let's just do this for a while. Do this for a year. I think was the plan.
That was actually, yeah.
Like, let's just do Girth Control for a year, and then we'll revisit some other stuff. And it was like the best year of Girth Control ever. And then the next year after that was the best year ever after that.
Yeah. And now we're in this year.
Better year.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, it's been working out great.
That's pretty awesome, guys. That's great. Now, leading into that, what challenges has your band faced during your time together?
None?
No,
That doesn't seem right.
When we have to
Save
make a
it.
beer run.
yeah. Yeah. When we're coming to practice, we all forgot. None of us grabbed beer. No, I think that was really part of it too, is just like, why would I suffer? Or why, like, obviously, like, you want to push yourself, you want to grow, you want to like become a better musician, and you want to like create art and all that shit. But it started to become apparent that like doing this is almost effortless, and there isn't really conflict. There isn't really like arguments. And so I think the biggest challenge we faced was just accepting that we're, Mark, Jay, and Bob, and we play in girth control, and
Yeah.
and that's who we are.
Right.
And fighting the urge to be taken seriously or be able to show um how much of a success, like, I'm so successful, I'm such a serious artist, I worked so hard at music my whole life, and look at everything I can show for it. And when I let all that shit go, now I have more shit to show for it than I ever have. And I'm
Mhm.
prouder of myself and prouder of my music than I've ever been, because it's real and it's true. And so yeah, it's I would say Girth Control is the most natural, effortless state.
Yeah,
Um
I think to kind of add on to that, I remember we played a show with Sergeant Skag. I don't remember, a couple of years ago, and huge compliment. Like I think that the lead singer came up to us afterwards and was like, "You guys never have a bad show, do you?" And I think it's true. I mean, like, even if it's, maybe not as well attended as we hoped, or there isn't as much crowd participation or whatever. I mean, the songs that we play, you can't not laugh at them. Like, even while you're playing the songs, it's just it's a good time. It's hard not to just feel good when you're playing these songs and hopefully listening to these songs. So yeah, I mean, that was a huge compliment. I think that kind of encapsulates what we are, and the
yeah.
vibe we give off.
Yeah, and I think just like the return to like what to me is like the music that I love the most and is like the most pure to me is ska punk. Like that's what I grew up on. It's what I'll always love the most. And getting, I love lots of other music. I have played lots of other music. I'll always like have a place in my heart for country music or folk music or metal or whatever. But yeah, it's kind of getting back to that thing that like really got me into like going to shows when I was a kid, kind of revisiting that state, and just always kind of living there has been just like really awesome and fun. And I'm always stoked to play. It's great. Every show's a blast. It's wild. So I don't know. Challenge. Challenge is not being too positive. I don't know.
I don't know. Making sure that we actually put out an album instead of just,
Yeah.
you know. But everything's a learning process. I don't know, man. Girth Control brings the best out of us, and being in Girth Control makes me personally a better person. It makes me more focused on um the things in life that matter, and it helps me be myself and be the best version of myself that I can be. So I don't there like it would be more of a challenge to not be in Girth Control. Like it's been so helpful. It's been such a positive force in my life that like I there isn't, even when things aren't like, we're working on a song and maybe it's not coming together, and not that it's always been like this, but like lately when we're trying to come up with new songs and all this stuff, it's like almost like it's amazing me how positive it feels. Even if Bob's like, I don't like any of those lyrics you wrote, I'm like, cool, like that's good. I'm glad that you told me. Let's try and come up with some new ones, or come up with a whole different song. Who fucking cares? It's like awesome. Like let's
Mhm.
I don't know. It's just it's great, man. I highly encourage anybody to start a band and just try and create things and try and make the most out of life, because it's amazing the good that it brings out of you. I've also been in therapy for 5 years straight. That's helped a lot too. But but man, I used to be really sad, and I don't think it's a coincidence that Girth Control and me being less sad over time has coincided.
That's awesome, man. Now, this is a question I like to ask. It's one of my favorites. If you could bring back any one artist or band from the past that's no longer together, which band would this or artist would this be?
Operation Ivy.
Yep. Yep. I think that's an easy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's an
Yeah.
easy answer.
Yeah.
How about you?
Oh, so you guys are all unanimous on Op Ivy. It doesn't even have to be ska or
Yeah.
punk or anything,
I'll still say
because you would still say it. Because mine are always the top three. It's Bob Marley, um, Michael Jackson,
Okay.
and Prince. Those three. those are my top three that I never had an
Oh,
opportunity to see. I was alive when Marley was
Well,
all of them actually, but didn't see any of them.
I'll
But
say
Up
we'll start a
Ivy,
super group with Operation Ivy, and we'll have Cliff Burton come in and do a
One more
bass solo,
yeah, yeah.
and
We'll have
then
dueling bass.
yeah,
and
yeah,
Cliff
a
Burton.
Cliff Burton, Matt Freeman bass duel
Yeah.
in the middle of an Op Ivy set, and then we'll call it good.
Mm.
Yeah.
someone said to me, "Wait, wouldn't you want to have the Smiths together?" I'm all, no, because they're just gonna fight. There's no way they would get back together. There's no way I'd want to see the Smiths back then, but not getting back together. That would be horrible. Or the Beatles. Beatles another
I
good one.
literally just started. I just
Yeah.
started getting into Morrissey like a few weeks ago for the first time in my life. I finally, because there was that story that came out where he didn't play the show because it was too loud outside of his hotel room and he couldn't get any sleep.
Which
And
one?
so he was like, he
He's done
said,
it several times.
I think it was in Spain. He said, it'll take me a year to recover from this. And that's an understatement because he couldn't get a good night's sleep. And I was like, what the fuck does Morrissey even sound like? I'd never listened to Morrissey or the Smiths. And I went through like a whole day. I listened to just Morrissey and the Smiths. And I was like, this fucking rules. I totally
Yeah.
see why people given that guy so many fucking chances.
Mhm.
It's like I would let Morrissey let me down 100 times. Those songs fucking rule, dude. Morrissey kicks ass. We named my wife got a chameleon, and we named him Steven after Morrissey because he
Yeah.
has a bad attitude. He like hates
Yeah.
everything. He's like miserable, and he's like Kathy brought him home, and he was like he's like in the corner. And he's like, "Don't even look at me. Don't even touch me. Like, just put the crickets." Like, and so we named him Steven. So yeah, we're gonna have Op Ivy, Cliff Burton, and Morrissey
Yeah.
super group.
That's good.
Yeah.
Morrissey played here at the Greek Theater in LA. Well, it's not LA. It's in another place. Anyway, I took my kids to see him for the first time, and we had great seats and everything like that. 8 songs he lasted. That was it. And he was too because he lives here now because he couldn't live in England anymore because he got some throat cancer, so he has to have it scraped periodically. And so he lives here, but anytime it's too cold, done. He's done. He just walked off the stage. He was done. And we didn't get a refund back because he played 8 songs. So it was sucked. It sucked. But I think the closest I've ever been to him was when I went and saw him in at the I think it was a Hard Rock or something like that. Anyways, in Las Vegas. Front row, intimate venue. He comes and shakes everybody's hands in the front row except for one person's. Who was that person? Me.
You
The
you don't
only
get
and so I still have a complex about it.
to you, not you. You don't get to touch Morrissey.
Yeah, I
He, like,
wasn't good
looked you in
enough.
the eyes and just
Oh God, that was funny. So I still got this little thing, and that I've got to see him again, and he has to shake my hand. But I don't think it's ever gonna
That's how
happen.
he gets. That's how he gets you, man.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I've loved the Smiths ever since I was 16, I think. 16. Never got to see him though, unfortunately. So we got a few more
Oh,
questions
now you
left
get to
here.
be.
Oh, sorry.
I said now you get to be ignored by Morrissey. It's even better.
it is.
Yeah,
It's probably
I'm sure I'm not the only one. A few more questions. Now, since we know that ska doesn't pay the bills, what are each of your occupations if you care to share with us?
Like many people in the capital region of Albany, New York. I work for the state of New York. Yeah. Bob.
I also work for the state of New York.
I do not work for the state of New York.
You
I used to work for the city.
Oh, you work for the
Albany,
city of Albany. That's
and then the city or the downtown of Albany. Now I work for an online university that's based in Albany, but not owned by Albany.
Okay.
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Jace, man.
Yep.
Jay's the only one of us who's punk.
Yeah.
But I do got to get back to the state for the.
Yeah.
Yes, you'll be back.
Yeah. Mark and I work for the man.
Don't tell anybody.
Yeah. Don't. Very, very not punk, not interesting jobs,
Yeah,
really.
we're posers.
Yeah.
Professional posers.
That pays the bills, though.
Yeah. Now,
That's a good answer.
what are each of your pet peeves and addictions? It doesn't have to be anything bad.
Well, these are
Wow.
fun.
Pet
Fun.
peeves and addiction.
Pet peeves and addictions. I would say one of my biggest pet peeves, I'd say probably the strongest visceral reaction I feel is when people are chewing with their mouth open. That really gets to me. And I would say my worst addiction is like carbohydrates of any kind. Doritos, mac and cheese, pizza. You get me in front of a slot machine, I'll probably fuck that up too. So those are my addictions.
Yeah. I think the pet peeve on my mind lately is bad snoring. And what can you do? What can you do? But yeah, my wife is very pregnant at the moment. We're having our first kid, and
Congratulations.
she never used to be a bad snorer. Thank you. She never used to be a bad snorer, but something about being pregnant, I guess it's a symptom. Can be. So she's just been fucking ripping at night.
I'm just trying to get you
Yeah, pre-tired. It's working. So that's the only thing. Sorry, Panda. I love you if you're listening to this, but so yeah, addictions. Yeah, I mean, I'm probably on the DraftKings app more than I should be. I like, betting on hockey playoffs and everything like that. So, yeah.
Well, at least you're not on
I've
that
stayed in a
other
lot
app.
of hotel.
Sorry, there's that other app where you could bet on anything. You ever heard that one?
Oh, no.
That could be
I
worse.
I
Yeah.
refuse to touch prediction markets.
At least he has a line.
I have a line in the sand, and it's that. I will do the most degenerate parlay you can think of on sports, but I am not betting on if Jesus is coming back this year or not.
Yeah,
I was
sorry, Jay.
just saying. I've stayed in a lot of room. I've stayed in the same room as these dudes so often, and like you both are pretty rough snorers. So
Only when we're hammered ass drunk.
But yeah, pet peeve. What's on my mind today? Like Albany, over the last like several years, has started to introduce the rotary as a traffic system, and people still don't really understand how to use it. So today I was almost sideswiped by somebody who did not yield into the rotary. So that's a pet peeve. I got to drive it every time I go into work, and man, figure it out, guys.
A rotary,
and
is
then-
that what we call, is that the traffic circle?
Yeah,
traffic
roundabout.
circle,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Is there like a accepted term here? I
call them roundabouts.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah.
Well, I think you guys call soda pop over there, don't you?
No, we call it soda. Western New York, they
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. There's a dividing line
Close
in
to it,
Syracuse.
close, but we're
Too
a hard soda. I'll die on the soda hill.
Yeah,
Although pop is, now that you say it, pop is kind of fun.
it is fun.
It is
Yeah.
fun. I guess I'm not that hard line on it, because now that I said pop, I'm like, I could see calling it that.
Yeah.
Girlfriend's from the other side of New York State, and when she came out here for college, she said pop, and we just like mercilessly. It's horrible. She doesn't say pop anymore.
I will
But
say,
I
just
kind of wish she did. It's cute.
I will not accept when people call any soda Coke.
Yeah.
That's unacceptable to me.
Mhm.
I'll take a hard stance on that, because that's crazy. That's
Yeah.
absolutely
Yeah.
crazy.
Orange soda isn't Coke.
Yeah, you can't do
No.
that. So anyway, go ahead, Jay. I'm sorry.
Addiction. I'll say cold brew coffees. Like I'll drink like 40, 50 ounce cold brew coffees all day if I could.
I was eager to hear what Jay's addiction was, because Jay's the only one of us who isn't isn't a total degenerate. He usually holds his shit together. He's the one who keeps us together and keeps us like on track. So, but yeah, that does make sense. He has to be very caffeinated to do that. Yeah. Yeah.
Got it. That's awesome. What does the
What are you addicted to?
Go ahead. Sorry.
What are you addicted to other than
Me?
With the
Well,
ska.
first of
Are
all,
you
my pet peeve is stupid ass drivers. And
Oh yeah.
but I live in Southern California, so that's all there is.
yeah, fair.
And then addiction, which I really toned it down a lot, is collecting music. So I I think I need to sell it all. I could sell it all off and buy my son a car if I needed to.
Yeah.
And I actually might do that. It's just
It's good to know
stuff that it was my buddy Mikey Rude that lives in the North Shore of Hawaii. His house just got flooded last month, and he lost everything, all his music and everything like that. So I'm thinking, all this material stuff. One, I can't take it with me. Two, it's sitting doing nothing because I don't even play the records. They're just sitting there. I'll play the CDs, but I don't play the records. I just have them there. What is it good for? What if it gets ruined? What if something happens to it? I can't take it with me. I told my kids, I want you to listen to every single one of these records and then get rid of it to somebody who will enjoy it. But they're not going to do that. They're never going to listen to them, first of all. So I want to sell them all off first. I don't need them anymore, really.
I think that's a fine idea. I had to a few years ago. I'm not like a big record collector, but I had a couple of AFI records from when I was a kid that our friend Chris that we were in Slaughterhouse Course with, he was like, dude, that copy of Sing the Sorrow is worth like $400. I was like, what the fuck? I don't need this.
Yeah.
It felt so. I sold my copy of Sing the Sorrow from. It's like I love that album still, but I don't need the vinyl of it. I have the CD. I can listen to it on streaming. The vinyl, I'd rather have $400, and I bought a new crash cymbal and it fucking ruled. So
Yeah.
I at least support that. Sell it, man. It's just physical
Yeah.
shit. More
That's
physical
funny.
shit or gamble it. Gamble the money too, because you can turn it into more. You can turn it into a lot more.
Yeah, I'm sure. And then, or I could go the other way. That's funny that you reminded me of like that. I actually, well, I don't know if you've heard of a band. They were from Northern California here called the Rudiments from back in the 90s. You got to check out Rudiments. It's your type of music. It's straight punk, grid, like crusty punk with some ska. And I had a record that I purchased. It's a it was from Dill Records before it was Asian Man. It was a silk screen cover, front and back. And that's like one of the best ones that I had. But it totally reminded me of the type of music he plays. So you guys should check out Rudiments.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Yeah.
No, I am I'm this person here, I think, and I am familiar with Rudiments, and that's a very nice thing to say. So thank you.
Yeah.
And they had a split with Suicide Machines, right? Am I thinking
Yeah.
about-
The Skank for Brains. Yeah, which I'm not going to talk about that. It has nothing to do with the bands. It's about the person who put it out.
The biz.
Yeah.
A roundabout way, I'll confess to this right now. We ripped off a Rudiment song, Wailing Paddle.
Yeah.
We ripped the D version of that for our song Passing Out. So
Oh,
Nice.
okay.
listen to all the songs back to back, and I knew what I was doing.
Yeah, man, they have some great songs too. I'm telling you, these guys are awesome. I booked them once in '95. No, twice actually. Okay, cool. Couple more questions. What does the future hold for your band? Any new material?
Yeah, man, we're working on new stuff now. We're really enjoying the process of creating because it took us a while to put out the last album. We worked on it. The goal was to make a double LP. So we were like, we're gonna write 28 songs. We ended up cutting it down to 25, and then one 8-minute song, called "Life's Too Short" Part 2. which people can check out on streaming, which we love. We love the whole album. We loved the double LP concept and like going for it, pushing it to all these different places, and seeing like, what can this be a Girth Control song? Can this be a Girth Control song? We fucking love that album. We're super proud of it. And then we decided to re-record our first album because what got you stoked in the first place, we recorded in my old basement, just at a basement show. We ran through the songs twice, recorded everything, played through some, there's some banter on there. There's like, us, we're watching The Water Boy on the old V8, like VCR into the TV and behind us. It's a fucking blast listening to that old record. However, given Jay's basement situation and how much better our new shit sounds than that live recording that we didn't know we were gonna still be a band for all this time. We re-recorded the first album, and that just came out. We put out a CD, and then our new friends in Fail Harmonic Records, we just put it out on a 10-inch, and we're really excited about it. It was like the dream to put out this album, neon green 10-inch, and we're super excited about that. So you can get on the Fail Harmonic.
If you want one more piece of physical media,
Yeah,
we'll send you one. It's pretty cool.
yeah, it turned out fucking awesome. So now we've put out records on 7-inch, 10-inch, and 12-inch. So we're really excited about that. But we've been working on new songs, and it's been so positive, and it's felt so good, and we're really excited about them. We don't know like exactly how it's gonna all shake out at this point. We're just enjoying the process of making songs, trying to make them the best we can. We're hoping for at least one album probably next year. It could turn into like an album and an EP, could turn into a couple of albums. We really don't know at this point, but like we're really excited to see what happens. And at this point, and like I don't see us ever really stopping being in Girth Control. So like what does the future hold for us? Fucking just being dumb and trying our best to write songs and have fun for I don't know, the next 40 years or something.
Hopefully.
Probably like
until Bob's kid is old enough to play keyboard for us.
Yeah.
Can finally become
Yeah.
funky.
Run the merch table.
Bob has to have 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bob has to have 3 kids so that they can replace us.
Oh yeah.
That's
Legacy. Yeah.
Be like Guar.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, interchangeable. Yeah. So yeah, man. I mean, hopefully we just keep doing what we're doing. It's been awesome, and like we really think that the new songs we're working on are, we just said tonight, it's like all these songs, I don't think they're worse. I don't think they're worse than our other songs, and I think some of them are actually better. So it's tough though, because the first album, what got you stoked in the first place, I'm so glad we re-recorded it, because we still play so many of those songs, and I'll never feel bad about like when we wrote that album. Our goal was like, the whole idea was like, wouldn't it be funny if our first album was a live album, because a live album is like a greatest hits. Mm-hmm. So if we're gonna write a greatest, let's just write a greatest hits album right from the start. So how, like it's like it's like in Happy Gilmore, he's like, I should just get a hole in one every time. It's like yeah. So that's basically, so the chances are that we'll never write an album better than what got you stoked in the first place, because that was the goal. We were just like, let's just write a greatest hits album right away. Mm-hmm. But we're gonna keep trying, and we're gonna keep making songs and having fun. So
yeah, that's awesome. You were talking about 7 inches and 10 inches, and I didn't know where you were going with that at first, with the whole Girth Control thing.
Oh no, no.
No, that's not what it's about.
It's not what it's about. It's not what it's about.
Now, okay, so Future coming out so good with the material, that's pretty awesome. Now, in regards to the material, where can we find your music, both physical and digital?
So the new 10-inch record is at failharmonicrecords.com, and you can find the rest of our stuff on Bandcamp. I think it's just girthcontrol.bandcamp.com. In other places, despite what Mark and all of us have said about Girth Control not being a dick joke, our our handles on Instagram is Girth Control 69. So look for that.
We're fighting
We
against
don't know.
ourselves here. We fucking we really
Yeah, we do it to
even
ourselves.
even like our email is
Yeah.
girthcontrol69
Yeah.
at gmail.com. So
usually people
listen,
email us when it's like somebody from a festival will be like, hey, what's your email? I want to hit you up about booking. Like, well, it's girthcontrol69 at gmail.com.
Maybe that's why we didn't get on fast.
that makes a lot of sense. We can't stress enough though that it's all in the interest of just juvenile stupidity.
Mhm.
It's like not to reference Adam Sandler too much, but it is a huge influence on me. I was just watching Billy Madison yesterday. I came home from work, put on Billy Madison, passed out halfway through, woke up just before the song at the end. It was beautiful. But he goes, when I always think back to when I watched that, and he goes, 69, haha, and none of the kids laugh, but he laughs. But when I was a little kid, I didn't understand why that was funny.
Mhm.
But I'd be like, 69, that's funny. That's just
That's all there is.
it's all there is to it. So yeah, but yes, we are fighting against ourselves
Yep.
all constantly with this shit.
But yes, but yeah, we're on Bandcamp, Philharmonic Records, all the social media things. If you look for Girth Control, you'll hopefully find us and not some pills or
That was
It's either gonna
that was 3 Adam Sandler references you had in this interview so far.
well, there's fucking plenty more where that came from.
Yeah.
So inscribed on the inside of our, you know how you can put like messages or like bands will put shit on the inside of the record, like
Yeah.
what's that called, Jay? The run or not,
Matrix.
the Matrix.
Yeah. Right.
So for our other 2 records, we put Dumb and Dumber quotes on the inside, on that inner part on the Matrix. So if anyone owns them and you haven't looked in there, I always loved when I was a kid and I would look in there and see that the bands put something cool in there. So we always try and do that on our records. So the other 2 records, we put Dumb and Dumber quotes in there. But like I said, during the original recording of What Got You Stoked in the first place, we had the Waterboy playing behind us on a 5-inch VHS TV combo.
Mhm.
So on the inside matrix of the new 10-inch available on Philharmonic Records, is a Waterboy quote. So yes, it's nonstop. It's a nonstop gauntlet. That's just like not. That's just how we roll.
What were the quotes on there, if you care to share? Like the Dumb and Dumber, I could think. So you're telling me there's a chance? That's from there, right? Oh no, is it from there? Yeah.
That would be a good one.
That would be-
Next.
yeah.
I think I just said that earlier today.
Yeah, Jay. Yeah, we're pretty much just saying dumb.
Just
We're saying
constant.
pretty much saying movie quotes from when we were kids
Yeah.
the whole time that we are around each other. Well, the Adam said the Waterboy one is, when I was a kid, my mother told me not to get a tattoo of Roy Orbison, and then when you flip it over, but what Mama don't know won't hurt her.
Yeah.
So, the Dumb and Dumber ones are.
I think the most recent one was, well, big gulps, huh? Or yeah, big gulps, huh? Well, all right, see you later.
Yeah, that's and then the first one was just when I thought you couldn't get any dumber, you go and pull something like this, and then when you flip it over, it says it totally redeemed yourself. That was
So like our mastering engineer Carl Saff, who is fantastic. If anybody's looking to get music mastered, Carl's in Chicago. We made this very accomplished mastering guy. This shit's all by hand. So he had to write it all out on the inside of our records.
Oh,
So it's supposed to
wow.
not like 30 words. Like it's ridiculous.
he didn't
So
complain.
he didn't complain at all. It's
Yeah.
amazing. Yeah.
Very professional.
So yeah, if you
Well,
look that up,
hopefully it was a small run.
Well, he didn't do it on every single
Yeah,
one.
he-
He
yeah,
did it on the
oh,
master.
one.
So they pressed it in
Yeah.
there. They pressed.
Oh
it.
God. Okay. Okay. I wasn't sure.
so, yeah,
Awesome. Now, any last words for the fans of Girth Control and the viewers of this channel?
Thank you. Thank you for listening to Girth Control. Thank you for, helping us make this thing so much cooler and bigger than we ever imagined it could be. Thanks to all the promoters and, thanks to Eric at 413 Ska, Pioneer Valley Ska Fest coming up July 24th and 25th. The company that we keep is mind blowing to us. So to be able to talk to anybody about Girth Control, talking to you, Daryl, has been a blast. Thank you for having us, and just genuinely, we're blown away and powered by the positivity that the ska punk community brings, and we try our best to keep that cycle going and just make sure that we all are grateful for this time that we have, being alive, making music, experiencing the beauty of ska and punk and creative people, and everyone trying their best to have a good time and have a good night. Yeah, we don't take it for granted. We are super, super grateful. So, stay positive, try your best, and get out of your own way and start a fucking band. That's that's it. That's the message.
Can't really top that.
Yeah.
Awesome, guys. Well, it's been a true privilege. It's been a great interview. I appreciate you guys being open and honest with everything. Hold on real quick. I'm going to ask you something after, but thank you very much. Can't wait to see what you guys got coming up. Can't wait to see you guys in the future. Hold on real